You ever heard the phrase, you got to work hard for your money? My question for you is, do you? I know a lot of people who don't work hard for their money. In fact, I don't even believe in working hard for money. Now, here's what I'm going to say. I do believe in working hard, and I do believe in making money. I just don't believe in working hard for money. I believe there are better reasons to work hard, and I believe there are better ways to make money. And in this video, you're going to find out what they are. See, here's what I discovered. People who work hard for money don't understand how to play the money game. And people who make lots of money, they make lots of money playing games. I play business games, I play investment games, and those business and investment games make me money. For instance, I'm going to give you all some very specific examples. So I just ordered a 2023 custom Sprinter van for picking up clients and, in full disclosure, taking me places when I need to go places and I need to be working on something while I'm getting there so I'm not driving, and doing podcast interviews in it, and so on and so forth. So I just ordered this custom Sprinter van. So it's $165,000, which I got a great deal on it. So thank you, Lee. Okay, I got a great deal on it. But so now I can write a check for it, or I can finance it. If I write a check for it, I pay 0 interest. Okay? But if I finance it, I found 2 funding companies. One of them I haven't talked to yet. I just got approved for the loan in my own personal name, which I didn't want to buy it in my personal name. I wanted to buy it in my business name. So I got approved for a loan in my personal name to pay for the vehicle. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to put $20,000 down. Cool. I also just signed up for this week a $200,000 business line of credit in my business name. So the $200,000 line of credit in my business name it's almost loan sharkish. Okay? So they charge you 5% of every time you do a withdrawal, they charge you 5%. Then the payments are depending on how much of it you take out. So if I do the loan, which I'm probably gonna do it, the interest rate is 16% on $200,000. That's insanical. Y'all know that's insane, right? But I want to do it as a social experiment to show everybody that interest rates are largely smoke and mirrors if you understand how to play the money game. So what I'm going to do, more than likely, and I haven't decided yet because I want to look at all the terms, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to do this. I'm going to borrow the entire $200,000. I'm going to take the entire $200,000. They're immediately going to charge me $10,000 because $10,000 is 5% of $200,000. So now I'm going to take the $200,000. I instantly owe them $210,000, and the payments are $19,000 a month. Okay, which is fairly significant. So why would I do it? If I already got a loan for the van, but I also got the line of credit, why would I get the line of credit and then pay $19,000 a month on money I don't even need? That's a good question, right? Here's why. Because, first of all, let me tell you why I'm going to borrow the money even though I could write the check. I'm going to borrow the money to buy the van because my money makes me more money than the bank will charge me, even at 19%. So, 2 days ago, when we recorded our video on the window of wealth, right after I got done with that video, I did a trade. And I got in a trade, and I'm not going to go into what the trade was. I just got into a trade. Well, yesterday, by the time I got out of some of those positions, I was up $192,000 in 48 hours. Plus, I took $105,000 of that off the table. That was $105,000 profit off the table, plus the principal that I had in that trade. So it's $105,000 profit I made in 48 hours that I took off the table, and still have another $89,000 sitting there to see what the market's going to do today. Because that transaction doesn't expire until the end of September. So I can leave that money in there until the end of September. And so in telling you what the game was that I played, I bought 600 contracts of puts on the S&P 500. You don't have to know what that means. Here's what it means to me. I think the S&P 500 is going to go down. If it does go down, with 600 contracts of, so 100 is 10. Every dollar that the SPDR goes down, the SPDR ETF goes down, I make $60,000. Every dollar it goes down. But watch this, every dollar it goes up, I lose $60,000. So this is why I don't trade all the time. I only trade when I see a trade formation happening. And so I bought 600 contracts. I bought them for $11.64. When I sold the first 300, I sold them for $14 and I forgot, $14.50 maybe. I made a profit of $2.43 on 3,000 contracts. So I made $2.43 times 30,000 profit. Took it off the table in 48 hours. Then I waited a little bit later that day, sold some more for $14.89, made another $3 and something off of another 100 contracts, and then I kept the last 200 contracts in play in case the market fell off the face of the earth today. I still have 200 contracts. If the S&P 500 goes down 10 points, then with 200 contracts, I'll make $200,000. If it goes down 100 points, I'll make $2 million. Okay. And the Fed's speaking today, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a stop profit so that if it goes up crazy high, it stops me out with profit and I lose no money and I've just made free money. Okay, why did I tell you all that whole story? Because people think that the primary thing they should look at when they borrow money is an interest rate. But an interest rate is often a distraction. It's not always a distraction, but it's often a distraction. Like, how many of you have ever gotten an invitation in your mortgage to refinance your house? Right? And you can get a lower payment, right? And a lower interest rate. Well, why are they giving you, ask yourself the question, why are they giving you a lower payment and a lower interest rate? Here's why. Because they know something you don't know. They understand the game. See, if you don't understand the money game, then you have to work on the board as one of the pieces for the people who understand how to play the game. And the banks understand how to play the game. So they'll send you a letter saying, we're going to give you a lower interest rate and you'll have a lower monthly payment on your mortgage. But the reason they're going to do that is because if you do that, you got, say, 13 years left on your mortgage. Now you have to start a whole new 30-year mortgage, and the first 10 years of your mortgage, most of the money you pay goes to interest. So even though you're paying a lower interest rate when you refinance your house and get a lower payment, even though you're paying a lower interest rate, you're paying more in interest than if you had kept the higher interest rate with the higher payment. They know you don't know that. They don't tell you that part of it. It's in the paperwork, but they don't tell you that part because they know they've already distracted you by making you think the interest rate is the most important thing. Now, what would be better for a person to do than that? Let's say you understand the money game. What would be better would be to get a home equity line of credit for the equity that you have and put that home equity line of credit in the first position if you can. Make your mortgage a home equity line of credit. And then, every time you get paid, deposit your check into your mortgage balance and then use the checkbook that comes with your home equity line of credit to pay your bills. You'll pay off your mortgage probably in 3 to 7 years if you do it that way. Like making the exact same amount of money you make right now, you'll pay off your mortgage in 3 to 7 years, 12 at the outside, instead of paying off your mortgage in 30 years. Now, so I went to, when I went to Israel. In Israel, like in Greece, euros are pretty easy to understand. You go to Israel, they trade in shekels, right? I don't know a shekel from Heckle and Jekyll, right? So I remember I was at the airport, I went and got some Israeli money, and I go to buy something to eat, and they gave me some change. I could only hope that it was the right amount because I had no idea what the words said on there. I had no idea what I was looking at, right? And so like I am in Israel, that's how most Americans are in America. They don't know how to read the money, so they don't know if they're getting a good deal or a bad deal. They just have to take somebody else's word for it. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do, I don't know if I'm going to do it or not, but if I do it, I'm going to document it so it'll be on my YouTube channel so y'all will be able to see. I'm probably going to borrow the $200,000. I'm going to use the $200,000 to make money because I'm sure it can make me more than $20,000 a month. And then I'm going to let whatever